Hello guys, so I was just thinking about this just now, and I decided, yeah, maybe I should do a video on what should Kong do in the new Godzilla movie, and what should happen in, Godzilla vs. Kong. So, by the way, I'm just seeing what I think. I didn't plan this video, I just thought of it now, so I'm doing it now. And whatever I say, like if I say maybe this should happen, doesn't mean like that should happen. I'm just saying this is what I think should happen. So let's get started on how should they treat Godzilla and the other kaiju going to Skull Island. Because at the end of the Godzilla King of the Monsters, they said that all the Titans were converting to Skull Island. So that was Godzilla, Methuselah, Behemoth, that new Muto, Scylla, but not Rodan, since they said Rodan was nesting in a volcano in Fuji. So, therefore, and also all the other Titans, like, I forget the name, but the sea creature one, it's Leviathan, or Leviathan, that one. So they're all going to Skull Island. And what they should do is in the beginning of the movie, they should actually show like the Titans on on TV, because there's a news helicopter showing all the Titans walking in the water, swimming in the water, going to Skull Island. They should at least show that in the beginning of the movie, and then start the movie off with the people, and we get to meet our characters. But yeah, I think they should just make them go to Skull Island. I don't know why they're all going to Skull Island, but we just have to find out in the movie. But enough of that, let's talk about Kong. So Kong, it would be awesome if Kong was like, I wouldn't say tall as Godzilla. Godzilla's basically 400 meters, and he might actually be 400 meters in the new movie, since it's kind of basically been a year since Godzilla King of the Monsters from when the movie comes out. So it wouldn't be a surprise thing if Godzilla grew to 400 meters. But if Godzilla's 400 meters, Kong at least, I would say, he was 100 meters in the last movie, so at least have him be like 250 meters tall. Just tall enough to at least get to, I would say, Godzilla's elbows, at least that, and at most to Godzilla's shoulders. Just because I don't want him to be the same size as Godzilla, because then it wouldn't seem right for Kong, even though he was like the same size in the original King Kong vs. Godzilla movie in 1962. I just thought it would be fine if they made him smaller so he can run around more and actually fight better unless he was the same size as Godzilla. But for Kong's design, I really want them to keep the design as they did in Kong Skull Island, because that Kong design is my favorite Kong design. And yet again, this is my opinion, so the new Kong might not be your favorite Kong design, but for me it is, so that's why I want them to keep that design. Obviously, since he's grown since like 19 something in the 90s, or it's in like the 70s or something, when the Kong movie was, that's the timeline it was supposed to be. So therefore, he has a lot, he can grow so much, because in Godzilla grew, that much in only 5 years, but Kong, that's, a lot more years for him to grow, so he can obviously grow way bigger, and that also can I said Kong, it also can cause changes to Kong's body like it did with Godzilla, how Godzilla's spikes or his dorsal fins grew bigger. It could be the same with Kong, where something about Kong changes to make him look different. Like, the only thing I could say they could probably change about Kong is maybe like his fur, because maybe his fur could have grown longer, since, I doubt he would be able to cut his fur, like, shave. So maybe his fur will be a little bit longer in the movie, but I don't want it to be too long where it's very noticeable. It's like everywhere on him because it doesn't make him look cool or that cool. Like Kong is still a cool kaiju or a titan, I should say, but he's going to need a lot of strength to actually fight Godzilla. Now first let's talk about ways Kong can defeat Godzilla. So, what I was thinking Godzilla and Kong will fight twice, one on Skull Island and one in the city. And I think the city fight would obviously be the last fight. Like when Godzilla fights Kong, loses, and then oh no, King Kong fights Godzilla on Skull Island, loses, Godzilla goes in the city, and then Kong fights him in the city. Sorry for the interruption there, but yeah, so if Kong fights Godzilla in the city, the smartest thing that Kong can do is get the tip of a building, the sharp part of a building, and then stab it in Godzilla's eyes. But do it in both of his eyes, blinding both of his eyes, so Godzilla cannot see anything. And now that I think about that, I would say that's like the only way Kong can actually win. Stab both of Godzilla's eyes and then beat him to death until he dies. So yeah, that's the only way I can actually see Kong winning. Stabbing Godzilla in his eyes and just punching him until he dies. Because Godzilla will not be able to see him. Kong can dodge his atomic breath moves like King Ghidorah did. And yeah, but if that doesn't happen, I can't think of any other way that Kong would actually win against Godzilla. I know he's kind of stronger when it comes to punching, so he can like punch Godzilla in his face and like maybe even knock him out. But I don't think that's very likely. Godzilla can just shoot atomic breath, and then that's done. That's the other thing, like Godzilla shooting his atomic breath at Kong. If you do that, you have to, I hope they make it so it doesn't kill Kong or doesn't do like a lot of damage to Kong, since Godzilla is supercharged and he can use it like whenever he wants. But Kong, I hope like if Godzilla actually hits him, it'll burn his fur, but it won't kill him. But it'll do enough damage for Kong to be hurt for a while. He can't really get back up. I don't know how strong Kong would be, but I hope they make him strong enough to fight Godzilla. Because if Kong ends up beating Godzilla in just a regular way just by like keep on hitting him, and it's like Godzilla's fault, then it wouldn't be really good. It would be better if Kong did this really cool move. It's like the only move he can do to defeat Godzilla. Like his electric powers, he could have that. And yeah, in the movie, if they know they're gonna make more movies in the future, have the movie end off with something that goes with the next movie. And if they're planning on making another movie, but don't know if they're going to actually make one by then still have it end off with a kind of cliffhanger to maybe lead to Godzilla vs. Kong 2. Godzilla vs. Kong Part 2. Possibly. I don't know, but Godzilla, there's many ways Godzilla can win. He can drown Kong, shoots atomic breath a lot. Can't use the nuclear pulses because I guess that was only like a one-time thing. I doubt the humans are going to drop another bomb on him and give him more energy, because I think they would actually want Kong to win at that point, because he's the protector of the humans on the island. And also, how would the Titans get on the island, because there's a storm covering the island, which is blocking the satellites and stuff to picking it up. So would they just be able to walk through it? And also, why can't Kong just walk through the storm and then leave? So those are other things to say. And I hope the other Titans, Methuselah and all of them, Methuselah and the other ones, hope they get enough screen time where they actually play a part in the movie and they're not just going to be there And what I was thinking they might do is Godzilla's telling all the other Titans to go on Skull Island so they can live there on Skull Island. And then when Godzilla and Kong fight each other the first time, Godzilla's gonna get help from the other Titans to fight Kong. That's why it loses. But then Kong follows him in the city, and then it's a 1v1, and Kong somehow ends up winning. The thing is, I hope Kong wins. Like, I want Godzilla to win, honestly, but it's a Godzilla movie. It's Godzilla versus Kong, not Kong versus Godzilla. So, like, it would just make more sense for Godzilla to win, but Kong would most likely win. Like in the old King Kong versus Godzilla movie. It was called King Kong vs. Godzilla and not Godzilla vs. Kong because it was a King Kong movie. That's really the main reason why King Kong actually won, because if they made King Kong die from Godzilla, it wouldn't really, work out as a King Kong movie. But this is Godzilla versus King Kong, so you would think they would make Godzilla win since it's called Godzilla versus King Kong, not King Kong versus Godzilla. So you're gonna have to see how that plays out in the movie. Hope the trailer comes out in like July, August. As much as I wanted to come out August 9th, which is my birthday, I still hope it will come out sometime July, like coming up soon. Or maybe not the full trailer, but at least the teaser. So hopefully that comes out soon. See what the movie's about from the trailer. See if we're going to get more screen time from the other monsters. See if Godzilla's going to have a lot of screen time, more than having Godzilla King of the Monsters. And yeah, we'll see what happens at the end, what it starts off with, and all of that. And that's really it. So yeah, I want Godzilla to win, but King Kong's just going to, because they would make King Kong win. So yeah.